We all know that talent wins championships, but in baseball, possibly more than any other sport, one or two players can only do so much. For example, Cal Raleigh had an amazing 2025 campaign, but there's nothing tangible that he's guaranteed to get the chance to do to further help his team win if it's the bottom of the ninth and Crawford, Rivas, and Robles are due up.
That's a shame.
And Tarek Skubal may be one of the best pitchers in baseball, but he's not coming in to pick up a save in August on one of his off days, unless Yamamoto has started a new trend.
You're crazy, man.
So it may be the big stars that earn the big bucks, and in most cases deservedly so.
Are you messing with me right now?
I said most. But every single guy on that 26-man roster matters, and that was never more apparent on the biggest MLB stage than in the 2025 World Series, where not just one, but three guys by my count on the back end of the Dodgers roster ended up playing a big role in the team's 9th World Series championship. Guys that, unlike other recent unexpected heroes like David Freese in 2011 or Steve Pearce in 2018, were expected to not even be given much of an opportunity to make an impact. And these three in particular definitely didn't play in every game, and heck, in one of their cases, he didn't even get a single at-bat in the playoffs, but they still managed to put their stamp and play their part in the team's victory. In this video, I'm going to revisit the unexpected contributions from each of these three Dodgers players, in hopes of showing that even those that are largely pinned to the bench can become heroes. Plus, as a bonus, I'll share a few current MLB free agents that I personally believe could be a valuable back end of the roster type of guy that every competitive team should be considering opening their pocketbooks for. Unexpected hero number 1 was birthed into Dodgers history in the top of the 15th inning of the 6-hour and 39-minute affair the two teams decided to have to decide Game 3 of the World Series. That hero was Will Klein, the 10th and final Dodgers pitcher to take the bump for LA in the game. Unless you were either living under a rock or have already forgotten, you likely don't need me to tell you about Will's performance, but I'll quickly recap it. Klein would throw 72 pitches, the most pitches he's thrown in a single outing since college, over 4 innings of shutout ball, limiting the Blue Jays to 1 hit while striking out 5, and ultimately picking up the win thanks to what Freddie Freeman did in the bottom of the 18th. That performance on baseball's biggest stage is impressive for any reliever, but let's see what made Will Klein, of all guys being the one to do it, so incredibly unlikely. Drafted in the 5th round, 135th overall of the 2020 MLB June Amateur Draft by the Kansas City Royals, Will's journey to the majors was anything but linear. Yes, he rose through the Kansas City farm system linearly, even representing the Royals in the 2023 Futures game, but between April 28, 2024, Will's MLB debut, and Game 3 of the World Series, Will was traded 3 times and DFA'd twice. As of the end of the 2025 regular season, Will had only logged 22 2/3 big league innings. He pitched relatively well for the Dodgers down the stretch, but found himself on the outside looking in when the playoffs rolled around. That was until the World Series. With Alex Vesia away from the team for personal reasons, the Dodgers added Klein to their World Series roster as their 12th pitcher, and if all goes to plan, their last resort in leverage. Will would make his first World Series appearance after the Dodgers waved the proverbial white flag on Game 1, before a 15th inning in a tied Game 3 would force the Dodgers' hand to turn to that last leverage resort. Will answering that call as literally the 26th, max 25th man on the roster is about as unexpected as it can come. The second unlikely hero is the guy who managed to appear in 13 postseason games for the Dodgers in 2025, but never got a single at-bat, Justin Dean. Drafted in the 17th round of the 2018 draft by Atlanta, Dean struggled to make an impression with anything other than his speed over 7 years in the Braves farm system. In November of 2024, Dean elected free agency, and in December signed a minor league contract with the Dodgers. He finally made his MLB debut as a 28-year-old on August 8th, but to this day, playoffs included, has still only stepped into a big league batter's box in-game twice. Dean made the Dodgers playoff roster as the proverbial speed guy, who could also serve as an extra defensive option in the outfield, which is what he was called upon for in Game 6. In that game, Dean etched himself into eternal Dodgers history for what he did, or more accurately elected not to do, on a play that many fans north of the border still can't get over. That play, of course, is the infamous lodged ball that Dean, with the support of left fielder Kike Hernandez, elected not to play, aiding in the umpire's decision to call the ball dead, limiting the Blue Jays to 2 bases on the play. While the ground rules are clearly outlined prior to the start of every game and are designed to cover even the most obscure of occurrences, many, myself included, believe that the play could have been ruled otherwise had Dean immediately picked up and played the still easily accessible ball upon arriving at its location. Justin having the presence of mind to make that decision amidst such chaos and in such a pivotal moment proved critical in getting the Dodgers to that deciding Game 7. Him managing to play such an impactful role despite being written into such a limited one, once again shows that anyone can be a hero. The third and final unlikely hero is a guy that I made an entirely separate video solely about, Miguel Rojas. Yes, the 36-year-old defense-first utility infielder that only found himself even playing in the final games of the Fall Classic because Andy Pages was so damn cold at the plate. While most Dodgers fans, including many who commented on my other video, would attest that you could always count on Miggy Rowe for a quality AB, I don't think anyone would have said he's the guy you expect to put one out. And while there was a lot that went into that occurring in Game 7, all of which I outlined in my other video, Rojas came through with the swing that saved the Dodgers season and ultimately allowed them to win it all. That big of a moment happening for a guy like Rojas, and not a Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, or Mookie Betts star type, is the beauty of sports on full display, and the ultimate proof that literally anyone can be a hero. Before I get to my back end of a roster free agents, I do want to quickly remind you to be sure to do me a favor and subscribe to help me to be able to continue to deliver more MLB content like this to you for free via YouTube. Thanks. But now for a few still free agents, at least as of the day I'm releasing this, that I think could be an underrated valuable ad for a team looking to compete in 2026. My only requirement to be considered for this list is that the player needs to be someone who will likely need to fight for their roster spot in spring training. So yes, these are big shots in the dark, so cut me some slack. My Will Klein-esque relief pitcher selection is 11-year and 7-team veteran Miguel Castro. Miguel last played a prominent relief role in 2023 for the Diamondbacks, and will be coming back from surgery in his right knee should a team take a flyer on him in 2026. But assuming Miguel's health isn't a concern, he isn't that far removed from being a well above average relief arm with a wicked slider that could still prove valuable. My Justin Dean-esque speed guy is infielder Jorge Mateo, who slowly lost the role with the Orioles as the next wave moved in. 2026 will be Mateo's age 31 season, but the veteran still has wheels, swiping 15 bags in 2025 and is less than 5 years removed from leading the American League in stolen bases. Combine that with his ability to spot in defensively all over the field, and Jorge could wind up being a small difference maker for a contender. And my final Miguel Rojas-esque true veteran ad would have been Miguel Rojas, since he was a free agent, but the Dodgers did the right thing and re-signed the now legend, so my backup option is backup catcher Jacob Stallings. Stallings, like Rojas was in 2025, will be entering his age 36 season in 2026, and has always been seen as a very good defensive catcher, with a 2021 NL Gold Glove to back it up. He's certainly well past his prime, but is my long shot that I hope a team takes a flyer on as even their third string catcher to start the season. Are there any other free agents that come to your mind? And which unexpected Dodgers hero inspired you the most in the 2025 Fall Classic? Let me know via the comments, and be sure to both subscribe for plenty more baseball content, and to watch my deep dive into the career and incredible heroics of Miguel Rojas by clicking the button for it that's on the screen right now.